Systemic constellations are an experiential bodywork, but it's a systemic bodywork. It's a healing process designed to free the connections between the related parts of the system.
I was quite cynical when I was told that I was joining this circle or invited to join this circle and didn't know what to expect.
I felt that most of us are not used to, without filtering, expressing our emotions, and that we need to pause and we need to think, and so we have this intellectual burden.
There's always an initial reluctance where you're understanding how to get into it, but the second you have acceptance of what's happening, all of a sudden you are thrown into it in a way that you don't even realise it's happened until you come out.
I was anger, and at the beginning of the experience I felt slightly misplaced, didn't really know where to locate myself. As we went on, I felt Port Authority had an influence on me, but with humanity's evolution, I really felt a sense that together we would work very well, and then anger slowly transferred into something else.
So we start out with a spatial map of what is. Representatives or human beings represent different elements in a living system. When they represent something, there is no analysis, there is no thinking, there is just a deep tuning into the body. And what we see emerge is a spatial map of where the system is at the moment. We can see very clearly the dynamics that are present, and the facilitator acts to unblock the energy where the energy is blocked.
And once my head was out the way and I started really feeling into my body about the process that was going on, it felt completely authentic, and I hope that it has gone and shifted some mountains.
So every time it was as though when the heart was being used, the information and the speech was coming from the earth. It wasn't coming from the person.
It's very powerful work, and I can see its application in all sorts of things as a result of this, including perhaps my own family.
Well, I was happy to be in this constellation in the holding ring. And in the holding ring, it was much more emotional. So there was a connection with the whole ring. And in the final reflection, what came as a feeling was that we are all united in love. And that was such a blessing.
We can do constellations for anything. It can be used on a very personal level, working with one's inner issues. So we can constellate different aspects of our being. We can do constellations for a living group of people. It could be a community. It could be an issue. It could be a group of activists trying to bring change. It's a very effective problem-solving tool. It could be used to look at a court case, to look at societal problems.
You know, in 10, 15 years I may be struggling with something, and I'll remember to step out of that situation and understand that it's something greater than myself at work. And I think doing a constellation is not self-therapy or working on the self. It just feels good to be a part of something greater than you.
Everyone does it differently. It's very easy to say, go from here to here. Everyone does it differently. It's a process for everybody. And it's very cool to be a part of helping people understand that once you have understood it yourself as well, which is very cool.
Afterwards, my level of consciousness was opened up to, wow, things can be healed and understood if you just allow yourself to let energies connect or react with one another.
So I encourage everybody to try it. Earth Constellations about healing our relationship with self, with others, and with all beings. We can also constellate our relationship with different aspects of nature. We can find out what trees think. We can find out what would be the best solution ecosystem. We can gain so much knowledge and understanding about the other species around us, and we can heal our relationship with them.
Starting at a sort of micro level before we tackle the macro level is key to this, and in doing that we come into our power, and we have so much more strength and belief and commitment to approaching these problems because we work together, we respect each other, we work as a group, as a community. We are in communion to see the beauty around us and to not allow these desecrations to happen.
Mentally, it was basically unfathomable. In remembering the ring, the holding ring, gradually what happened is there was a connection with the ring. And there was much more of a feeling of being part of that circle and in love.
So I would strongly recommend systemic constellation because I just feel as though it gives you a chance to disconnect from being wholly, mental in your approach to everything, being so pragmatic about things, and just engaging solely with the emotion and the energy. And it provides the mind, I believe, with gaining more insight.